All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight being in trouble. Listen to what Oscar De La Hoya had to say, and I'm telling you right now, man, read between the lines, it ain't that good. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about one of the biggest fights that can take place next year, or if it could have happened this year in the sport of boxing, and that is Gervonta Tank Davis fighting Ryan Garcia. Unfortunately, listening to what is coming out of certain camps, telling you, man, do not hold your breath on that fight. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really, really does make a big difference in the channel. So thank you very, very much to my guy. Got on this Christmas, getting close to Christmas. Thank John Bowie and the support he shows for the channel. Deborah Booker, Terry Schmoot, Lone Star Steph, Aaron Muhammad, all you guys, thank you so much for your continued support. It really does mean a lot. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chats and in the cash apps and in the super thanks, which you see in the lower right-hand corner of the video with the heart and the dollar sign. Thank you guys for keeping the lights on the channel. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. All right. Bearer of bad news here, people. I ain't buying it. There was an announcement made not too long ago that Gervonta Tank Davis will be fighting Ryan Garcia, and that fight will take place, is supposed to be taking place in April. Just recently, Ryan Garcia, who's feeling mighty froggy, said that he is canceled the fight that he had with a guy named Gesto and says, nah, I'm not going to fight Gesto. I'm going straight to Gervonta, knocking out Gervonta Davis in the second round. I don't need no tune-ups. In the meanwhile, Gervonta Davis is fighting Hector Garcia of the Dominican Republic, the WBA super champion at 130 pounds, a belt that Gervonta had held in the past. He has that fight coming up on January 7th, right? In a spectacular card. You got Gervonta Davis on that card with Hector Garcia. You've got Demetrius Andrade. You have Jaron Ennis, you've got the two Peterson brothers, you got Jalil Hackett, just a ton of, really, really good fighters. Should be in DC, so it's going to be it is going to be in DC, so should be a tremendous night of boxing. Great fight, right? And he is then supposed to fight Ryan Garcia in April. Here's the problem. Oscar De La Hoya has been doing something that has been very, very consistent throughout all of this conversation about this fight. And he keeps saying out loud, the contract is not signed. When he said it the first time, when they first started announcing the fight, and, Ryan Garcia said it was done, Gervonta Davis said it was done. Steven Espinoza said that they had reached an agreement. They settled all of that stuff, right? Oscar De La Hoya was excited about it. However, he still said that contract is not signed. Now, he said it again, but this time he says it at the same time saying that he thinks Ryan Garcia made a mistake by not taking a tune-up fight ahead of Gervonta Davis. How big a mistake he thinks that is. Right now, if you're familiar with this channel, I have been saying pretty much for the beginning of the talks between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, exactly who I believe does not want this fight. I did not believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr. didn't want it. I didn't think Leonard Ellerbe didn't want it. I don't think Al Heyman doesn't want it. Know for sure Gervonta Davis wants it. Believe Ryan Garcia wants it. The only person out here that I was suspect on is Oscar De La Hoya, the same Oscar De La Hoya that now has repeated that those contracts are not signed and warns Ryan Garcia that you should have taken that rematch clause. Now, this is at the point. Now, all of this is facts, what I've told you. All of it is verified facts. For the remainder of this video, I am going to get into a tad bit of speculation, which is that Oscar De La Hoya, it's not, and when I say tad bit of speculation, I mean a wee bit. Because if you look at what Oscar De La Hoya has done with his main fighters, he has put those guys in absolutely no fights whatsoever, and especially no fights where he has any type of risk of losing it, or where those guys are, no risk, because there's risk in every fight, but very little risk that the guy there's high risk that the guy is going to beat his guy. You have not seen him put Jaime Munguia in any fights. Jaime Munguia, I do believe, passed up a mandated fight with Jamal Charlo. Jaime Munguia, from my understanding, just passed up another fight. I'm not sure if it was with the WBO champion at 160 pounds. What is that guy's name? Gosh, man, the top-ranked fighter, Janabek. I can't remember exactly who he passed up on, but he just passed up on another fight. He was at 154 pounds, when there was all three of those other belts available, when Charlo and Hurd and Lara and all those guys and J-Rock were all at that weight class after Jaime Munguia had beaten Saddam Ali to win that belt. Did not fight any of them. And I do believe, what was that, 4 years ago? Something like that. So no fights out of him. Gilberto Ramirez eventually got a fight with Dimitri Bivol, but I'm pretty sure that was the zone trying to push that fight. And Jose Ramirez a little bit long in the tooth, but whatever, that fight was made. But no fights for Ryan Garcia has yet to have a tough fight. Virgil Ortiz is yet to be put in there with somebody that you really think could beat the guy. And it's very hard to believe that Oscar De La Hoya is gonna make that big step with Ryan Garcia. But when he's out there saying that the contract has not been signed and you should have taken that tune-up fight, look, man, it just doesn't sound like it to me, right? Doesn't sound like to me. If you agreed to it, then why isn't the deal signed, right? Now, you could say, well, Gervonta's got to get past Hector Garcia in order to make that happen, right? And in case he lost, but you would write that into the deal, that if they're available, still, why wouldn't you seal the deal? More than likely, in my opinion, is more than likely that Oscar De La Hoya still does not want that fight and does not want to have that fight, does not want to have one of his golden goose, get him cooked well before the time is right. So anyway, when he said that and he's on Ryan Garcia about not making that fight, man, I'm not buying it. I'm not going to say 100% that it's not true, but I'm just not buying it. I'm not 100% on board with that. And we will see what happens, but I'm not holding my breath, especially the way 2023 went in boxing, not holding my breath. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.